There's a popular saying in leadership that if you think you're leading and there's nobody following you, you are only going on a walk. On this platform, you are going to learn principles of leadership. You are going to encounter different leaders. You are going to learn about how you can grow as a leader, how you can make an impact. My name is Samuel Eyim, and I'm the host for the leadership platform. I am a leadership coach, a lawyer by profession, a John C. Maxwell certified coach. I have been in corporate life in senior positions for several years, and now I run the Center for Transformational Leadership, where we train and coach leaders to become better leaders. And I invite you to go on a journey with us as we discuss the subject of leadership in the coming weeks.
This and every Saturday, you have opportunity to ask questions, share your views on important leadership matters.
Hello everyone, my name is Elsie and I'm excited that I just completed a 15-week journey with the CTL Africa team on the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth by John C. Maxwell.
From the law of pain, I also learned that every problem introduces a person to himself. Honestly, till you face a problem, you wouldn't know the things that you actually have within you.
Hello everyone, my name is Elsie and I'm excited that I just completed a 15-week journey with the CTL Africa team on the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth by John C. Maxwell.
From the law of pain, I also learned that every problem introduces a person to himself. Honestly, till you face a problem, you wouldn't know the things that you actually have within you.
The journey for me personally was a wake-up call. Before I joined this journey, I wasn't actually learning at all. I wasn't adding any logic to what I knew.
So the law of trade-off is saying that you have to give up to grow up. So things that I think are not going to have maximum impact on my life, I have to trade them off.
I want to grow. I am not stopping now. I am continuing. And as far as I'm concerned, like it says, you cannot give what you don't have. I definitely will have to give what I have learned off to others and then get more so that I can continue giving. I am not going to be a reservoir. I am going to be a river, and therefore I'm going to continue learning to be able to give of my best.
Ordinary people can achieve extraordinary results on a consistent basis if they have a system, if they have a plan.
Hello, leader.
Step into leadership.
Welcome to Live to Lead 2022.
This event is an opportunity for growth. This event is an opportunity for you to invest in your leadership. This event is an opportunity for you to make the most of this year. And it all happens right on your computer. We're inviting you to learn from a few intentional people that I've invited to share the stage.
Eric Thomas, Dr. Tim Elmo, Doris Kynes Goodwin, and Patrick Lencioni. And in Ghana, we have Patrick Ewa, Gwyneth Jima Ado, Kathleen Addy, Patricia Obonai, and James Ebo White.
At our virtual event, there will be opportunities to participate in Q&A, live chat with other growth-minded leaders, engage in polls and other audience engagement tools so that you're a part of the conversation. We've made this so not only can you join, but your team can join with us also. So join me as we bring you Live to Lead, a virtual event, and together, let's make the most of this year. I don't promise you it will be easy, but I do promise you it will be worthwhile.
Live to Lead Ghana is brought to you by CTL Africa, Yalpebi Group, and SJA Consults.
Hello, can anybody hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Hello. I'm having challenges with the internet, so I'm not sure if I'm online.
You are online. You are clearly being heard.
Can anybody hear me? Hello? Sarah, can you hear me? Abigail, can you hear me? Can you confirm that you can hear me? Because
Yes, we can hear you very clearly.
all right. So I'm sorry, guys, my internet is playing games tonight. So I'm sorry, Sarah and Abigail, you may have to take over just in case my internet fails. But I want to thank everybody. Can you hear me? William, Darfur, Conrad, can you confirm? I can see you. Can you confirm that you can hear me? Okay, William says he can hear me. All right, so thank you very much, everybody. Sorry for the hitches, but tonight, as Conrad predicts, we're going to have a learning about effective leadership, the power of choice, and share with your colleagues, to invite your friends to join the platform tonight so that they can learn, they can participate in the discussions on leadership. Our objective is to encourage and encourage people to understand, to help people to understand a bit more of leadership so people can lead better, because we believe that leadership is the cause. All the other things are effect. In our country, in the world today, is the result of leadership choices that have been made and therefore impacting us, as we can see. So please go ahead and share and invite others to join so that we can all learn. All right. So two quick things. On last Tuesday, we had a very great, successful graduation of the fourth cohort of the growth journey. And, you know, the men and women who were on the journey have learned a lot. At least 12 of the 15 were able to graduate the journey. And so we encourage you to sign up because 7, we are starting cohort number 5. So those of you who've not tested a growth journey, this is about your growth, helping you to be intentional about your growth. We have 15 weeks that we're going to take you through different laws based on John C. Maxwell's book, The 15 Valuable Laws of Growth, and discuss and share with other like-minded people practical ways in which you can add value to yourself so you can also add value to others and become a better you and a better leader. So we thank you all. Please, if you are connected and you're hearing my voice, introduce yourself. And I can see William, therefore I can see Conrad. Those are the only two who have introduced themselves. We know that a lot of you join, but you don't introduce yourself, but that's fine. The most important thing is that you are here and you are learning. This evening, we have our own Sarah Jessie Appiah, who is going to talk to us. Sarah is the founder and executive director of SJA Associate, which is a leadership development counseling company. Sarah is a coach certified by so many renowned institutions. He's a John C. Maxwell certified coach, the highest level. He's an executive director. He's also a value-based transformational coach. He's a Marshall Goldfields certified coach. She is ICF certified to the highest level. So Sarah is a coach of international repute who at different levels to different organizations. She's based in Geneva, Switzerland. She's worked for over 30 years with the United Nations, helping to train and coach small-scale business leaders to groom and grow their businesses and grow themselves. Sarah has been here several times. She's always with us on the platform, so she needs no long introduction. This is just a bit for those of you who are new on the leadership platform. And on that note, I invite my sister, my partner, my friend, Sarah Jessie Appiah, to take the floor, take us away to discuss effective leadership, the power of choice, and how choices that we make affect our lives, affect the lives of others, affect our organizations, our countries, and beyond. Sarah, we are honored to have you. You are welcome to the leadership platform.
Thank you very much.
Okay. There is a serious echo. And all right. So, okay, Sarah.
Can you hear me?
Take us away. Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. That's great. Good evening,
yes,
everyone.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Wonderful. So good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are joining us. And as Sam said, I am Sarah Jessie Appiah, your sister, your friend, and always here with you. So it's a great honor for me to be able to today share with you what is in my heart. And we're going to talk about effective leadership. So let me see whether I can share my screen. We were having some technical challenges. So let me see whether it is working now. Sam and Abigail, you'll have to let me know whether you can see my screen. So let me go and share, and then we'll see whether it comes up. All right. I cannot see the screen showing. All right, I think it is now. So those of you on the call, if you can see my screen, please type in the chat that you can see my screen.
Sarah, we can see your screen. It's just not in presentation mode, but...
Yes, I'm going to make it into presentation mode. I just wanted to make sure from the comments whether you can see. All right, so let's see whether in presentation mode you'll be able to see it bigger. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right, let's see whether it is in presentation mode now. Is it?
Not yet. You have to do before you share. So maybe you have to
Okay, I have to stop sharing. All right. Stop sharing.
Go back.
And then I go presentation mode first. All right. So give me 1 minute. share screen. Let's see. Window. And then share.
As Sarah is sharing, I can see Justice Hulu, who is here. Justice, you are welcome. And he says you can see the screen. That was when it was. And then Sarah is trying to share again. It's still not on presentation mode, but maybe we should continue as it is so we can make some time. I see Fayatu is Abdul Mumin is also here. Sarah, maybe we should go on as it is, and then we can make progress. Okay.
There we go. I think it will go into presentation mode in a minute. Give me a minute. Okay. It's not going. Maybe over here. Let me see. No. Okay. So what I had in mind was to just have a little game, a poll for us on the next slide. It's not even moving. All right. So we're going to talk about the power of choices. Let's see. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see the screen. You're still, yeah. So we can see. So you have to move and see.
All right, but I'm trying to move and the screen is not moving. It's not moving.
And it's because it's not in presentation. And it's because it's not in presentation mode, you may have to move manually to the next page by putting your cursor on the next page.
It's not working. All right. So as I'm trying to sort this out, I just want to see from our audience, if I present to you a mango and orange, which one will you choose? Just type in the chat box, 1 for mango, 1 for orange. Whilst we try to sort this technology out. Let me stop sharing the screen and then I go back. So whilst our guests are typing out their answers, orange and mango, 1 for mango, 2 for orange. Okay, I can see somebody has already typed mango. Let me see, to share again. Go into my PowerPoint and make it already in presentation mode. If I do that, I can't even see. Okay.
Yes. You click on Windows, then you select it.
I know, but when I
the Windows icon downstairs.
Okay.
If you can't see it, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is that
Just
when I make it bigger, then I do have a problem with not seeing my screen to get the controls to come back to ScreenYard. So maybe I'll have Abigail share if that is possible, or you share, because it's taking a bit longer on my side. So Sam and Abigail, can you help me out so we can move on? Can you hear me? Hi, Catherine. We can see you. Thanks for joining us today. And I can see other people on the call. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So let me minimize mine over here. Thank you so much. So the power of choices. Can we move on to the next slide where I'm showing the mango and the orange? Okay, Sam is frozen, Catherine tells me. All right, so let's move on to the next slide, please. All right, so orange, I see orange, orange. Okay, can we go to the next slide? And on the next slide, you will find some pictures. Over there, you see Mandela, you see Kwame Nkrumah, you see some members of the royal family, and you see Malala and this young lady who is really into climate change. Which of these 4 pictures really resonates with you? And the reason why I also put up the royal family is just in homage of the queen who passed away, and how as a leader of her family, she also do have some challenges and choices that she has to make. When you look at Mandela, what do you think was his choice? And when you look at Kwame Nkrumah, what were his choices that you admire? And then if you look at Malala and this young Swedish lady whose name I always cannot remember and to pronounce, let's see which one resonates with you. Catherine, thank you very much. You say the royal family. Thank you. Orange for Ebenezer. Mandela was a very selfless person, Catherine says. Let's see what others have to say whilst I move on to the next slide. So the next slide, I have 13 women plus 1 person on the right. What do you think about these pictures? 13 women and just 1 person coming out. So let's see, please type. I really want this to be participative because we're going somewhere. I want to see what choices you are making as we go on. Okay, thank you, Douglas. Thank you so much. So for the 3 polls that I have shown, 1, 2, and 3, first we had the mango and oranges, then we had 4 pictures, and then we had this one, the last one, where we have Kamala Harris, who came out as the first choice out of 13 women. So we can see that even at every stage in our lives, whether at the individual level, whether at the family level, whether at the party level, whether at the national level, leaders are always making choices. We are faced with varied ways of making choices. And thank you so much for all of you who participated. I can see a lot of Kwame Nkrumahs and Mandelas and the royal family. Thank you very much. So let's move on to the next one, please. Thank you. So over here, I just wanted to share my experience from Live to Lead 2021, where also there were 4 people who really resonated with me when it came to the issue of choices. The first one was our very own Mr. Appiah. What was the choice he made? In setting up his company or his bank, he decided that this bank was going to be family free. That was a conscious choice that he made. And at Live to Lead, we had John, who was not too well, had problems with his voice. However, he chose his attitude of really being present and doing all he can to deliver to us. So that for me, that was a great way of a leader really connecting with all of us despite the situation he found himself. Then we had Jamie Lima. Jamie Lima really had a lot of rejection, but she chose to focus on what was her truth that she called knowing. Inside her, she knew she was going to succeed. That was her faith. That was her focus. And we'll be talking about focus in a while. And then, last but not the least, is Ed Milet. He was one of my favorite speakers. Ed Milet told us the story about his father and about his son. And both of the two people in her family, the two men in his family, they all made conscious efforts to have this focus of one more at a time, always choosing one more at a time. So why am I focusing on these four? I'll just speak about Ed Milet and how that has impacted my life since Live to Lead 2021. It's almost 1 year now, and we are already 2 weeks away. We'll be having Live to Lead 2022. So those of you who have not registered, I am really encouraging you because it's a space where it can affect your life and change your life around. Let me really give you a little story about myself. Most of you know that almost 2 years ago, I was in hospital. I had a heart attack, and I'm still recovering. It's 18 months down the line. And when I came to Lead last year, Ed Milet's message of one more, the power of one more, that was what I took with me. So in my recovery, getting back to work, my focus was on just one more client at a time. One more client at a time. What has that translated into in 6 months? I'm just sharing this with you just to impress upon you, but not to impress you, that when you focus, when you make choices, results do turn up. And what are these results? I made a conscious choice of not just focusing on, when I say one more client, I really drilled down saying I wanted to work with leaders. Why leaders? Because I believe that if I am able to influence or be able to bring one leader up to the level, the next level that he or she is looking for, there will be a ripple effect. And sure enough, in the last 10 months, there are 2 leaders who I have coached without soliciting any testimonial from them. Almost at the same week, that's 10 days ago, I received 2 emails from each of them. The first one was a medical doctor who has even decided to become a coach so she can impact 25 of her team members. As I'm speaking now, the second one, I haven't gotten their permission to really share their names, so I'm just sharing the story with you. The second one, also really highly placed, is seeking to bring what she has learned to 25 of her people that she's working with in the whole of Africa, 25. So just 2 clients. This is the ripple effect. How has this influenced me? I made the choice, conscious choice, of going to Lead when I was not really feeling well. And one person, we had, I think we had 7 speakers. This is the power of one that has affected me. And the ripple effect has been, I will say, 52 people. There are other clients that I have, but I haven't heard anything back. I believe, definitely, things will be turning around for them, their teams, and their organization. That is the power of choice. So let me move on to the next one, and we'll be able to see what the benefits of choice are. One, it gives you freedom. Freedom in the sense that now I have to make the choice of not working in person, but working virtually because of one or two reasons. Yes, that has given me the freedom to be able to choose. Two, you are in control of your own life. And here, actually, I had wanted us to look at a video. Unfortunately, it's not working because of the technical challenges we had. I had done it in Canva to show that we had challenges. So therefore, I'll just give you a brief overview of the video I had wanted you to watch. It's about the life of eagles. When they are young, they are fed and cared for by their mother until a certain number of weeks, when the mother will not feed them anymore. And therefore, they will need to take control of their life. They will have to take the first flight. The mother will come and feed them and then fly away so that the eagle will take control of their lives, that they will fly. And in this video, later on, we'll post it on the YouTube channel where we have slides, and you can click on the link and then watch that video. It's very short, it's just 3 minutes. So this little eagle tried to fly. For a few hours, it could not fly. Then in about, I think, 2 hours, it was able to fly. But then it fell into a river. It came out and it continued trying until she was able to fly and went into liberty to have its own life, and also really knowing that it's got the potential to fly. He tried so many times, failed, but was able to fly. So the fourth one is you have the possibility to reach your potential. Just like the eagle, we may try the first time. It will be difficult. But then when we keep trying, we do succeed and we fly, and we'll be able to change the life for our lives for the better. And also we'll be able to change the direction of our lives. So as you can see, the value of choice is a gift. And food for thought. Of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points that I have listed on the slide, which benefit is most important to you? Let me see your answers in the chat. Wonderful. Thank you for the comments that are coming in. So let's move on. If I can have the next slide, and I'll continue. Thank you, Dennis Ahe, for joining us from Soweto. So John Maxwell says, one of the greatest gifts you will ever receive is the gift to make choices. And this is actually all of us who are believers know that God gave us a choice, and that is the greatest gift. And He does not even require us to worship Him by force through His own willing of power on us, but He gives us the choice. And as I'm reading this, I'm just thinking about when we, this year when we went for mentorship with John. And John has this tradition that every year, just 1 hour on the second day during our mentorship period with him, he invites people to come to a service that he organizes. But we have people from all faiths, and he gives us the choice, saying, This is not compulsory, it's optional. So you can come and you can stay away. And you can see how the power of choice works out. Everybody of different faiths, we swarm into the room. And my God, the lessons that we do get from him makes us realize that we have made a good choice. And this year, actually in August, one thing that he did share that really resonated and really impacted me was from the passage of Matthew 5. I know that there are some people here who are not of the Christian faith, but I seek your permission to share this. And it's the first verse where Jesus was preaching and the crowd were so many. So he moved to the mountain side. So there was some climbing to do. And as they climbed up, there were a few of people who were separated themselves from the crowd to go with him. They made a choice to go with him. And that really impacted me very much, saying that all of us here, we come week in, week out to the leadership platform. Yes, we learn a lot, but then we have Live to Lead that is coming, which will separate people who want to go further, climb the mountain, and separate themselves from the crowd. My question to you is, will you be among the people who will separate themselves from the crowd? Would you be one of the few who will go up the mountain to the next level? And what did Jesus do? When he got there, he taught them. And that is where we have the Beatitudes, where blessings came to many. Would you miss out on your blessing at Live to Lead 2022? I hope not. And I look forward to seeing you there, to come and associate with people of like-mindedness who want to go to the next level, to impact themselves and to impact their world. I did for 2021. And this is the ripple effect. I have just shared with you the results that I'm getting. And I know it's not stopping, it's going to go on. Let me move to the next slide. Thank you. So, you'll say choices. In life, we all begin with no choices because we are not playing on the same level ground. We don't begin as kings or princes, as we saw Harry and the royal family, or rich people. But then we do have to make some choices. And in some areas of our lives, we don't have any choices. And yet still, we do have to go on. So how are we able, as babies who have no choices? We are all in the same world, and we have to compete more or less with people who are far ahead of us. As leaders, when we start working or we are put in a position, it is the beginning of when we have to make choices. How do we prove ourselves? What are the areas in our relationship with people that we lead, in our relationship with the core people, when we have to have those difficult conversations? How do we make these choices? And that is the question I want you to ponder about. How do we choose well in the area of life that is important to us? So let's see what the next slide has for us. And this is what Viktor Frankl says, that between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Uncle Sam has been inviting all of you to join him on the growth journey. You have the choice to choose now, to grow and to have freedom to live the life, a better life that you want to live. So let's see how leaders choose, or what is available for us as leaders. May we move on to the next slide, please? Thank you very much. So there are two ways that we choose. We either react, which is a knee-jerk way of thinking, or we respond, which is a conscious way of acting. So I've put down a few points of how we do react in a knee-jerk way. We do so because out of habit, or the beliefs that have formed us from the days that we were born, and sometimes because of our emotions, we don't have complete control over our emotion. Emotional intelligence is called into play. And also because of patterns from our life experiences. And when we do react, what happens is that we are just thinking in the short term and not looking at things in the long-term perspective. However, when we choose to respond, we do so in a calm, and our thinking is active, it is conscious, and we are able to consider this consciously, putting it in the broader framework of things. This is what we call the balcony view, and that is the way most of the time I work with the leaders that I have the privilege of working alongside with. And therefore, when you take the balcony view, you are able to look at things, what we call blameless discernment. You detach yourself, emotions and everything from what is happening around you. So you are able to get a really good perspective of things and take the right decisions. So you are able to choose consciously and effectively. Yes, there may be some mistakes, but then there are ways that helps you to mitigate that very easily. When there are mistakes also, as those of you who have done the Laws of Leadership with Sam will know, mistakes are good ways of learning to do things another way. And therefore you are able to make sustainable, you have sustainable consequences in the long term. So everything in our life is a reflection of the choices we have made. Whether we react or we respond. And to quote Viktor Frankl again, says, whenever an issue comes up, the stimulus, before you react or even respond, there is a space. And in that space lies the opportunity to grow and to choose. So these are two ways that as leaders we can look at. And I'll move on to the next slide, please. Thank you. This is where I had the film of the eagle, so we can move on. Abigail or Sam, could you skip this slide? Thank you. So these are some of the ways actually for us to prime ourselves to be able to become a little bit more conscious. These are practical ways. 3 ways that I have found to be effective. It's physiology, and this is something that I learned from one of my mentors, who is Tony Robbins. And what he says is that he calls this the triad. The triad is you have to look at your physiology, what you do with your body. You see that when people are really, let me say, downtrodden, or they are really without hope, the shoulders just fall and their head is hanging or whatever. And you have heard that when people are going into interviews, some people even stand, as I'm standing now, and put their hands on their hips just to have that posture, to change their posture, for them to have that power posture before they go into interviews and have them look as confident as they can. So you need to change your physiology in the sense that, for one, every day, for myself, I need to do my exercise, I need to do my cycling, I need to do my walking. So that really keeps me in motion, and that really helps me to think on my feet, and also helps me to bring my mind, start thinking about my focus, because they say where your focus is, energy flows. So your focus and belief. So what do? So it's whatever you focus on, you're doing, you're on where you're going, that will lead to what you believe in. And focus equals reality to the individual, even though it may not be reality in actuality. And this is one, can we go back? Thank you. And this is one of the ways that top performers, especially athletes, when they are going into competition, they will just focus or visualize as to the end result, saying, I am going to win that race. And true to form, when they get the high performance athletes, that is what they do. They see themselves holding what is, they choose to see the future and the rewards that is going to come with what they're going to do. So your focus and beliefs really plays a part in the choices that you make. And last but not the least is the language that you use. Watch the language you use. Are they languages that have negative influences on what you do or what you hear? What do you choose to listen on the television? Within your environment, what is the environment that you find yourself in? If the words or what you are listening to brings you down, it will dilute your focus. So let's be mentally active and in really choosing to receive things that we hear and where we want to be. And in the mornings, give yourself some questions. As far as I'm concerned, we in the John Maxwell team, we have this mantra that say that we are people of value who value people and add value to people. So as you can see, the word add and value keeps coming up. So these are one of the ways that is a mantra sort of for us. We are people of value who add value to people, and we value people. So that is why my teammates, Yao Pebi and Sam, and the other JMTS in Ghana have come together to put Leave to Lead. It's been going on for 6 years because we know that our compatriots are people of value and we want to add value to you. Yes, it is a choice that we have made, but we have made it consciously so that we want our communities, we want our country, even if we think our leaders are not doing what they are supposed to do, if we add value to each other, the ripple effect is that it will get to them. We don't have to wait for them to change. Change is our choice. It is within our hands. So let's grab every opportunity that comes our way, better ourselves, better our families, and better our communities. Can we move on to the next one, please? Thank you. So, yeah, this is because, okay, so there are 4 areas that I want us to look at, and it's not very clear here, but I'll try my possible best. There are 4 areas. So how do we create a belief system that will give us success or lack of it? We all have potential, as we say. As I can see, Ebenezer has put there, you have the possibility to reach your potential. So how do you reach your potential? If you do not have the right beliefs, if you have, let's say, 50% belief, that will impact on your potential, because the amount of belief that you have is what will drive the potential that you will be able to tap into. And as you tap into, let's say, 50% of your potential, the action that you'll get will be 50%. And the action, 50% that you get, will give you 50% of the results that you expect. And that will reinforce your belief that you are able only to give 50%. However, if you put in 100% of your belief and faith in what you are doing, the potential that you will generate will give you 100% to be able for you to get 100% in the action that you will take. And once you are able to take 100%, what do you expect? You can get double the results or even equal the result. The minimum you can get is 100%. And this will reinforce your belief. So the belief that you have really makes sure that this cycle is complete and you do get it, either success or lack of it. So the choice actually is in our hands. What would you choose, my friends? So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so the challenge for you is that you have the choice today to make good choices that will affect you. What would it be? What choice can you make today that can positively impact your life as a leader? And what are 3 ways that you can reinforce the choice that you have just made? This is homework for you, but for those of you on the call, if you can type that into the chat, it will spark off some learning for each one of us, because as we come together, we learn as a group, and the group intelligence is what makes us grow. So type your answers in the chat. What choice can you make today that will have a positive impact on your life? And I hope it will be the choice to attend Live to Lead if you have not done so. All right, let's look at the last one, or last but one. Yes, so what is the best choice? What is the best way to change your life? Is it with your team? Is it with your president? Is it with your family? Or is it you? My answer is, it starts with you. Transformation begins with you. So if you get better, your life will get better. And when your life gets better, it will ripple off to your family, to your team, to your organization, to your business, and your country. So this is my humble submission today, that as leaders, you choose and choose well, so you can lead well, so you can live to lead. Thank you very much.
Hello, leader. Welcome to Live to Lead 2022.
This event is an opportunity for growth. This event is an opportunity for you to invest in your leadership. This event is an opportunity for you to make the most of this year. And it all happens right on your computer. We're inviting you to learn from a few intentional people that I've invited to share the stage.
Eric Thomas, Dr. Tim Elmore, Doris Kians Goodwin, and Patrick Lencioni. And in Ghana, we have Patrick Ewua, Gwyneth Jima Ado, Kathleen Aji, Patricia Obonai, and James Ebo White.
At our virtual event, there will be opportunities to participate in Q&A, live chat with other growth-minded leaders, engage in polls and other audience engagement tools so that you're a part of the conversation. We've made this so not only can you join, but your team can join with us also. So join me as we bring you Live to Lead, a virtual event, and together, let's make the most of this year.
Live to Lead Ghana is brought to you by CTL Africa, Yao Pebi Group, and SJA Consult.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sarah, for those insightful ideas delivered in a way that, keeps our minds focused and the, touches us to be able to move to take an action. And I like the way you started with all those great leaders who today we revere because they made choices. Dr. Nkrumah had to make a choice to leave the UK, come to Ghana, and to come and fight for our independence. So a few days ago, we were celebrating him. The whole of Africa, he celebrated as the African of the millennium. Why? Because of the choices that he made. Nelson Mandela had to make the choice. His choices took him to prison for 27 years. And he chose to continue, even at a point where he was offered to be released. He says, no, I'm not going to, you're not going to buy me. I'm not going out until the mission is accomplished. He was prepared to sacrifice his personal liberty just for his people. What choices are our leaders making today? Are they making choices for the people? Are they making choices that would improve and add value, as Sarah is saying, add value to the people? And you as a leader, what choices are you making? We want to encourage you that you make the choices that will benefit the people you are leading. So thank you so much, Sarah. And thank you, Abigail, for helping with the presentation of the slides. And on that note, as Sarah has said, we just want to share a few things about Live to Lead that some of you who may be new may not be aware of. There are some links that are being shared right away. livetoleadghana.com. Go to the livetoleadghana.com and go to the other links that have been shared. You would find 10 powerful videos. You can go right now and preview them. 10 of them, from John C. Maxwell to several other great leaders. In fact, previous presentations from Live to Lead that were most impactful have been shared as bonus. So if you register, you're going to have those bonuses for life. You're going to keep them in your portal. You can go back to them, learn them, digest them. That is just the beginning. So from today, if you register, you can have those bonuses. Even before you register, you can go and preview those bonuses. So we encourage you, just go and try. That will give you a preview of what is going to come. And this year is going to be very powerful. John is going to talk about communication. And other leaders are going to talk about you. Sarah has spoken about how to make choices. Your choices to be you. your purpose, your why. We're going to have presentation on leading at a higher level. Do you want to lead at a higher level, or which level do you want to lead? John is going to discuss also your potential, that there's no limit to your potential. He's going to show you how you can just actually live beyond what you are doing now and achieve more. The panel in Ghana, led by Patrick Ewua, are going to discuss leading with integrity. And you're going to hear the story of Ashase, where they started and how integrity has made Ashase one of the best universities in the world. So just register as leaders, make the choice, and come to Live to Lead. It's on October 7, and the price is very, very easy. And I encourage you, just go to livetolead.com and you will see people paying as much as $1,800. And we are asking you to pay only $79 or 799 Ghana cedis. And that is all. You would have all these, the local presentations, the international presentations, and the bonuses. You have a working book. You can participate in chats, as John says in the presentation. So please go ahead. All right. Thank you so much, Sarah. There are so many people who joined later on. So as usual, I like to acknowledge some of them. Yes, I have, let me see who I have here. Okay, though. Yes, Fayatu Abdul Mumin is here. Evans Kofi is here. With Justice Ahulu is here. Thank you so much. I'm looking for your questions, so please go ahead, share your questions, your thoughts, the learnings you pick from these presentations, so that we can share them, summarize what you are learning. Evans Kofi Mijikra, Evans Kofi Mijikra. Okay, so it's using a different, it's Rebecca Appiah using another name. All right. So Rebecca, thank you so much for joining. Douglas Amwati, thank you for joining. George Akpabli, thank you for joining. Dr. William Darfor, thank you for joining. Catherine, my big sister, thank you so much for joining. And yes, I was frozen for some time, Catherine. Ebenezer Tufo is here from Abuja. Thank you so much. Catherine likes the photo of the royal family, which resonates with her. And Mandela was a very selfless person, she says. Douglas also says Kwame Nkrumah is selfless. All right, so Patience Samenshia is here. Oh, all right. He likes Kwame Nkrumah. Mandela was persistent, and in his pain was able to achieve his lifetime dream. All right. These are all great examples. We thank God for Sarah. Catherine says, thank you so much. The power of one was my take in 2021. William Darfor says. Dennis from Sakumono, good to join this evening. And Doris Atta joining from Accra. Patience Samenshia, you have the possibility to reach your potential, she says. BKA Bright Appiah from Ekropon, Ghana. Thank you for joining. Patience says, my choice is to attend Live to Lead 2022. Thank you for making the best choice tonight, Patience Samenshia. Thank you so much. And we'll see you there. All right. Okay. Grateful for this lecture. Thank you, Sarah. And awesome, educative, William says. Ebenezer Tufo says, thank you for insight. I've chosen to attend yet the upcoming Live to Lead. I think it's great choice because I want to keep growing. Thank you so much, Ebenezer. I'm not seeing any question here. William says, my take, continue to add one more value. Live to Lead 2022. He says, at a time and to impact the value and impact that value to one person at a time. All right. Reverend Ayiku, watching from Dar es Salaam. Oh, that's great. You are welcome. Ibokum Sin. That was great. Thank you all for those comments. Sarah, I don't see any more comments there. So I don't know if you have any comments on the comments or anything else to share, but those were good presentations. I was just listening very attentively, and your soft tone just drive the lessons home in a powerful way. Thank you so much. Any comments, anything else you want to share, or you want to share your closing remarks? And it's been a great evening of learning. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you all for the lovely comments and contributions. And I really love the interactivity, seeing Catherine and Patience. Patience is my mate from school so many years ago. So Patience, thank you for joining us today, and looking forward to you at Lead to Lead, and to all of you who have made the decision to join us. And as Sam did say, we are going to have great speakers and insights and learning as to move to the next level. Patrick, I just took a course of what he's going to share with us, and it's really powerful how not just to know your personality, but how you'll be able to be productive with your team. And that is what we are looking for now that we have come out sort of COVID, really to increase our productivity. So looking forward to seeing all of you there. And I don't want to keep anybody longer. It's been great to share with you. And you have CTL's address and my address as well. If any comments that you need more information on, we are here to work alongside you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And if you want me to talk to your boss, your HR, to pay for you to attend Live to Lead, just send me his name or her name and contact, and I will call her to ask her to pay for you to attend Live to Lead. On that note, we want to thank you. We appreciate you. We don't take your participation for granted. We've created this platform for you to learn, and we hope you have learned something. Until next week, when we come your way with another leadership lesson, this is CTL Africa, and we encourage you that you go to church tomorrow and thank God for your life, and thank God for giving you the choice to choose, and choose to be a leader that impacts. Have a very great evening. Good night. God bless you.
Oh.
Hello, leader. Welcome to Live to Lead 2022.
This event is an opportunity for growth. This event is an opportunity for you to invest in your leadership. This event is an opportunity for you to make the most of this year. And it all happens right on your computer. We're inviting you to learn from a few intentional people that I've invited to share the stage.
Eric Thomas, Dr. Tim Elmore, Doris Kians Goodwin, and Patrick Lencioni. And in Ghana, we have Patrick Ewua, Gwyneth Jima Ado, Kathleen Adi, Patricia Obonai, and James Ebo White.
At our virtual event, there will be opportunities to participate in Q&A, live chat with other growth-minded leaders, engage in polls, and other audience engagement tools so that you're a part of the conversation. We've made this so not only can you join, but your team can join with us also. So join me as we bring you Live to Lead, a virtual event, and together, let's make the most of this year.
Live to Lead Ghana is brought to you by CTL Africa, Yao Pebi Group, and SJA Consult.